Good evening, Aurora Esports. Hope you are all doing well today. We have the matchup between the Junkyard Dogs and the C4 Chimps this evening. I will be your color caster today, FlamboJambo, joined by the incredible Ninja Drew.
Hello.
And as always, the fantastic Angel on prod today. Can we get some meows in chat, please? All right. All right. Well, okay. Sorry. We're having a couple troubles in lobby still, just a little bit, but we should be getting in soon. This is still technically week 2, so we'll see Oasis here for the first map, and both teams looked pretty good on Oasis. I think last time. I think they both won Oasis respectively, but I'd be lying if I said I really knew. What do you want to see from these teams here, Drew, as we head in?
Well, both teams have some pretty strong players on them, and they both have really different styles of play, from what I understand. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, so I would expect to see. We had a little practice scrim against the Junkyard Dogs, and they like to have. They ran the Lucio here, which we will see coming out. Frutal's on the tank, also a bit of an interesting look that they've been enjoying working with and utilizing so far this season. And we will see Poke on the ball. We haven't seen a whole lot of ball yet in the league, so I'm excited to see how the C4 Chimps decide to tackle this, and
So
we'll see how this goes.
C4 Chimps won Oasis, but the Dogs did lose. So,
Okay, interesting. It's gonna be up to Akua and Roar to really try to find these picks on EJ and Sonic in this backline here, in this counter dive sort of mirror. So here you go as we get into action.
All right, Dogs have taken point immediately, and it appears. All right. Dogs are sort of taking control of point for the meantime, and looks like C4 Chimps are beginning to dive down on them from all directions.
Flip Flop does get picked early by Poke there. That's a big slam into the engages.
Yeah. Tracer dueled down with Big Boy going down to Roar there. Brutals is dropped. It appears Silent Storm also drops. It appears that only the DPS are able to get out. Flip Flop able to teleport in and save the Sombra. Dudes are getting chased down.
So yeah, we do see some really good zoning there by Poke on the point. Had some really key engages onto that backline and DPS, even some of the DPS, in fact, of the Junkyard Dogs during that fight. Got the early pick onto Flip Flop, I believe, and then that just kind of let the rest of the C4 Chimps just kind of collapse and take advantage of that kind of chaos without having that Kiriko. So point will now be contested with Frutals on it, but
Silent Storm and Thick Boy both going down, both trading. We have an EMP in. Sonic Chronic looking critically low, but is able to get at that Mega real quick. Tank duel going on point, and both escape out. It appears that the Dogs are near the capital point, but not quite yet. Fight still going on. We have a Pulse Bomb invested and wasted. EJ goes down. We have a Mines on the field. Poke goes down. It appears that the Junkyard Guards have taken point and have sweeped up some of the rest of the skills there.
yeah, so that's where we kind of see the difference between the ball and the Doomfist comp. Sorry, there's still a little bit of just scrappiness going on, but with the if you notice the fights here have been really split apart and just kind of that chaos going on. Akua, of course, being really good at the game, being able to take advantage of it as we head into another fight here with Gates being committed by EJ.
Oh. Another EMP. He's down. I have been told to sit up and move my microphone closer, so that's what I'm doing.
So point will stay in control here for the Junkyard Dogs. again, the really good ult rotations. Roar and Frudels each coming in out there to get early picks, forcing the C4 Chimps have to regroup. Still, all of them staying on these respective picks. Both feel like they're pretty comfortable as Poke goes in for the engage.
Poke goes in for the engage. Aku's able to trick out Thick Boy there. He is invested. Able to stabilize. And the other beat is invested. That other later beat is able to hold out. Unfortunately, Sonic Chronic gets slammed out. Flip-Flop's able to win the Curie duel. Silent Storm gets picked off in the chaos though, although Aku is able to get Poke.
Yeah, and these fights have been looking really scrappy so far. There's been kind of action going on all over the points. It's really been coming down to Aku, Aurora, Thick Boy, and Skysurfer really just trying to find these first picks and trying to steamroll that over in these, you know, respective dive comps. So,
if we go to the last fight, it appears that this last fight territory, Thick Boy is able to pick off Frudels really easily early on. Pulse Bomb's invested and unfortunately doesn't get anything. We have Gates invested and just really scrappy fights. Ball is getting constantly hacked. There's the mines, able to control that field a little bit better. EJ's able to pick off Roar with a headshot. The Silent Storm's able to be picked off. Frugal's using those mines to get power punch. Slams in, is unable to get any punches. He's hacked out, and Frugal's drops. It's only a Aku on point, and he teleports out.
Yeah, so there we just kind of saw again just how important, like I said, these DPS are. Thick Boy, instead, they're getting that first pick, and we see just the entire momentum shift in favor of the C4 Chimps. We do see EMP and coming up for Frudels as C4 Chimps going very aggressive, trying to find any pick here before
Aku was able to just teleport out.
Yeah. This is make or break right now for the C4 Chimps. This should be last fight territory, if I'm correct. Gate is committed.
Gate
so
is
is
Doom, EMP, Doomfist, Slam. A whole lot of stuff going on. Punch. EJ falls really low. Secondary EMP comes out. Aku was able to pick off EJ.
Ooh, almost not.
Flip-Flop's able to pick off Skycer. Roar does fall, but Flip-Flop gets another in Sonic Chronic. Able to pick off most of their team. Recall is invested, and Thick Boy goes down. Beat's invested here. It's only the Ball and the Moira left. Ball is rolling around on point, trying to contest as much as he can. EJ does fall down on the Moira, but the other rest call back. Frudels yeets himself off the map! Luckily, the rest of his team's able to stabilize and pick off the last survivors, but there are still 2 left remaining on point, but it appears against the rest of their team, they aren't really able to stop it. EMP just really glitched that out, and EJ's unable to touch.
Yeah, so I mean, as we were kind of trying to talk about a little bit there on that point, just the importance again of these early picks of this dive, just trying to find your mark, make it happen. I mean, C4 Chimps doing a good job, but they're trying to find the supports here and are finding them pretty well. But with the Lucio Kiriko, it's so slippery to try to really hold them down, as we now see more of a brawl comp from both teams coming out. Kind of the more. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
There he is. Frudels is swapping between 7 different tanks. That was all.
Yeah, so pretty much a mirrored comp. Just the only difference is the Cassidy versus the Sojourn. I tend to like Sojourn a little bit better in this kind of dual matchup. Can kind of go for those hero plays a little bit. But a big Maywall coming out at the start.
Poke is falling really low. Lamp invested but unable to save him. And with that, it sort of forces C4 Chimps back. They're unable to really push without the Reinhardt. Luckily, it appears they were able to get out without any other picks falling down or getting staggered, so they'll be able to come back pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's just kind of that, again, just the Sojourn and May there, the incredible wall by Roar, but oh, we're still going.
Another May wall invested, but unable to really cut anybody off. The other May wall is able to really cut them off. Luckily, that lamp was able to save him from the pin. Skycer picks off Roar. Poke just able to kill Fruitles easily. Then we have Akua coming in, getting one more pick, but it appears that Poke and Thick Boy are able to just pick off the rest of their team.
Yeah, that the momentum was looking in favor there of the Junkyard Dogs, but really big picks there by Skycer. Big wall as well. Poke canceling the shatter of Fruitles. That's something you're wishing you're having right now.
That was really
but as we come into our next fight here, but
Aurora able to warm off, but that wall just gets destroyed immediately. Aurora's kind of alone here.
a
Luckily,
little bit of an unfortunate window there by EJ. They kind of expected him to be main longer, but a good speed by Silent Storm to keep them up top. As Shatter comes through, we'll find two.
Shatter, window, wall, lamps invested, and the C4 Chimps are just able to hit more picks. Akua's trying to do something with his ult, but unfortunately he just gets a headshot by Skycer, unable to really get anything with his ult.
Yeah, really well done by
C4
by
Chimps,
the Chimps
really
there.
Really stabilized against those ults.
Yeah, they were able to hit. Yeah, they got out both Sojourn ult and Window there from the Baptiste at the cost of 2 of your own ults. So that's a winning fight there. But a big pick by Akua to start.
Roar has a fantastic ult, but unfortunately it's really canceled out by Beat, but it still doesn't matter. They're able to get the rest of those picks, and unfortunately he fears that Skycer's May ult will be wasted.
Yeah, it was
a little too late.
It was a good beat, but unfortunately the Blizzard was already down and ended up freezing anyone that the beat had really an effect on, so they still got picked out because, I mean, it was still like a 3 versus 5 at that point.
Yeah.
Skycer let out the Blizzard a little bit too late, not really able to get value on it, so now they're coming into another now losing fight on the side of the Chimps. As well as they're running into a beat that won't be able to be contested by anything else. But a big early pick by Poke. Good setup, a big fight here.
Big shatter. Really big shatter. That just bunch of picks coming out for the side of the Dogs. Lucio is trying to speed out their ride to get them out. Fruitles goes in, trying to get that last pick onto Poke. Poke uses Poke's best shatters, but unfortunately is unable to get contact as he gets booped up into the sky.
I just want to point out that was the second shatter of Poke in that fight.
That was his second shatter.
These teams are just continuously fighting here. Both walls are committed. Window comes out from the side of EJ.
EJ is able to pick off Fruitles. Poke's able to grab Roar. Thick Boy and Poke getting more picks, and Thick Boy cleaning up that final pick on Akua. That was a real quick fight.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what led them to win that fight so fast. I think I think the Junkyard Dogs were playing a little bit too split there as we now come into final fight territory. Both teams trying to make something happen. There is Akua's overclock as well as flip-flops Window, but a big wall again from Ward to try to start out this fight.
Both walls have been invested. Window's in. Roar's able to get a pick. Flip-flop's able to get another pick. And Akua's using his ult to mainly just sort of zone and peel in damage. Able to, again, quick fight turns.
And that should be
great wall forcing
the first map
Poke to get staggered real bad. And their Lucio was unable to touch. Dogs take the first map.
Yeah, so a good look by the team. I think they really kind of locked in both teams after that kind of dive look of trying to have these scrappy off fights, but and this map playing a lot more together, trying to take advantage of their ults and everything like that as a team. So as we head into our next map here, we're gonna go into a quick map break. Don't touch that Twitch interface because we'll be right back. right, welcome back. We're heading into El Clasico, Kings Row. And I'm just gonna give a little, scrimbucks kind of take here. Uh, of course, Poke, very good on the Reinhardt character, very dominant. Love Poke. Broncos Country Riders. We had a little mini scrim against this composition of the Junkyard Dogs. Maybe they just baited us. Maybe they don't do that here, as we see now Akua hovering the DPS uh, character. But uh, they kind of rolled and smoked us a little bit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on cast. I hope I'm allowed to say that on cast. But
They goofed it. Oh no.
okay, no, they're still there. But it was very, very impressive what they brought to the table with this Randy support Silent Storm tank. So I'm really looking forward to this map here. Oh, reset. Maybe we won't see it yet.
Map, I'm bad. Okay.
So maybe we won't see that that look with as we saw Randy started on the support role, but
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry. Uh, Angel is talking in our ears, so that's what I was mm-hmming to.
We're hearing the meowing voice of God
Yes.
speaking to us.
Okay, they did fix whatever the issue was. So as we now head into this fight, we do see an early Widow. I always am praying for the Widow that they get a nice shot early pick, because that just feels so good. But
And before that chaos, Poke had proposed the Rhine duel, and it appears that that is happening. I'm very excited.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
all right.
Defend objective A.
The Widow's not able to get any picks. How sad. Both teams poking at each other. Attacking team is waiting for Thick Boy to get back. Join their team.
Both just kind of handshaking each other. There is the jump. Oh, the trap gets broken just in time. I was really worried.
Just in time. Rogue grinds on the ground. Lamp invested. Silent Storm is getting picked off real early in this. Junkyard Dogs are gonna have to do something special to get this point back.
Roar.
Up drops, Sonic drops, Roar drops. And it appears that the C4 Chimps are just able to one fight get the point.
Yeah.
Really quick.
So that was both teams just kind of paying a little bit of respect to each other, playing it safe for a little bit at the start. Really good wall from Skyster to open that up. Separated Soundstorm even further from his team. Both kind of playing some different angles as Roar was kind of in that hotel trying to do poke. And now they get all this progress almost past Bookstore as Broodals goes down quick.
Really big window. Just able to force them back. And the one-shot fire strike coming back for Akua. How the Ryan players have missed this.
And yeah, the Chimps are right now just being uncontested on this card. It has not stopped moving. They're getting all this space in the world right now, as they also have these ults to work with. Both DPS ults almost up. Poke will have Shatter. Silent Storm still 20% away. Roar 50% away since he swapped over to that Mei. Not looking great for the side of the Junkyard Dogs now, having to play from this behind angle.
Nude is invested. Luckily, Lamp able to cancel it out. Oh no! Oh, shadows are wasted for different reasons completely. We have Sky investing to win the duel and pick off his counterpart. Roar and Fruitals both drop. as it appears that there's only the Lucio trying her best to get out, but unfortunately Skyster's able to pick her off as she drops down the point to contest for one last touch.
Yeah, and this is a dominant showing for the Chimps. They're still just able to keep their momentum going. They did use their ults there, but that's why they had that giant pool. They're able to use them. They are now facing a beat, but they have their own beat to contest with it, and as well as Blizzard and Pulse Bomb that, if found, can have a huge impact as they now try to keep this aggression going, converting that window.
Aurora's just able to barely survive the 200 fire strike damage. A beat invested, Mei ult invested. Unfortunately, nobody's frozen by the Mei ult. Skyster is in their team still, able to get out luckily with a wall. Flip-Flop's able to boop Thick Boy and kill him with just the boop damage. And that appears to make them pull out.
Yeah, and that was really good kiting by the side of the Chimps as well. I know I'm giving him a lot of praise so far this fight, but
they have been doing Brutals invest Pulse Bomb, but it's cancelled out by Lamp. Great block, and they are able to just charge forward, picking off the rest of their team, leaving no survivors. EJ dying just before getting into the spawn doors.
Yeah, and again, that was really good aggression from the side of the Junkyard Dawgs, right? They're able to take that space. They are playing, aggressively on defense, which is really hard for a lot of people. But now you're in this awkward situation again of now they're facing down four more ults, and now you don't have anything. You're gonna have to bank on Roar's Blizzard really being the key tool to really be the de-aggressor here of this super aggressive C4 Chimps team.
Team taking damage. Skyster's able to pick off Brutals. That's really, really big on the side of the Chimps. Both Lamp and Nude are invested. Both really, really good for zoning them and forcing them into a small room, with Poke able to just dominantly run over the rest of their team. Akuba is able to get out before he gets picked off too, and they're able to regroup right before this last fight territory. Shatter is invested, doesn't really get anybody. Blizzard invested, doesn't really get anybody either, but Poke does fall. Both Lamps are down. Akua picks off EJ. Roar also getting Sonic Chronic. And Thick Boy is the last to fall. Skyster's able to nearly get out, but Frutals? Skyster's able to get out completely and totally, and hitting Frutals on the way out. Frutals probably will be able to get back because Tracer is notoriously pretty quick.
And now, tides have completely turned, right? Now you're facing down the Shatter from GMD. A big window from Akua here to really start off this fight.
That completely totally forces them to go back.
Poke's in a little bit of trouble here. He has to be careful.
Dueling on the top ground.
Oh, good pulse.
was able to get a really good pulse onto Thick Boy. Without that Lamp able to cancel that out this time, it just is able to absolutely destroy that first. Roar able to pick off EJ. Akuba getting Poke, but the entire team assisting him with it. Akuba getting another pick. Really, really showing how a strong aiming back is able to deal so much damage into that enemy team.
Yeah, is there any way that we can see or know the numbers right now?
I think so.
No? Okay. Unlucky. But I would not be surprised right now if Akua was probably at the top of the damage. Oh, it's a good wall.
Shatter.
We'll protect most
of the team. Luckily that Lamp's able to keep up Thick Boy, who was stuck in that Shatter. Skyster's able to drop Silent Storm. Roar getting 2 picks on Thick Boy and EJ. Flip-Flop's able to pick off Skystar and Akua, picking off Poke, and Flip-Flop getting that final kill onto her counterpart of Sonic Chronic.
That's a really good beat by Jamie there. Able to really just completely, take all that pressure that the Chimps had already used and Roar. Sonic with.
Oh, I can see stats now. I have been moved over to that. Roar's able to pick off Sonic Chronic. There is a ult invested. Another pulse on the part of Frutals. Seeing stats now, Akua actually not having an extraordinary amount of damage, but having an extraordinary amount of heals. Surprisingly, doesn't have that much more damage than the rest of his team. Silent Storm and Roar are both near double.
I'm a little surprised by that. Maybe I'm just seeing him. Maybe Randy just kills ceiling right
Yeah,
now.
maybe he's just getting the final blows. All right, back to all spec. Here we go.
Oh no! The shield gets dropped.
Shield dropped by Silent Storm, but luckily he's able to survive through the power of Lamp. But Thick Boy is able to, swapping off into the Hanzo, get that pick. This is
Jamie's in trouble right now, fighting Sonic in this back
in the
line.
back line. Luckily, Fruitles is
there.
Fruitles is able to come in and help get her out. Flying in from the side, poke pins her. Skycer and Thick Boy getting picked onto Akua and Fruitles respectively. Silent Storm does charge kill Thick Boy, but Poke is able to pick off the 2 remaining teams. And unfortunately, for the Dawgs.
Well, importantly for the Dawgs, they made it to overtime, and they were facing a 5-minute time bank coming into that 3rd point.
That was really important. Jamie expressing some hatred of getting unfortunately pinned.
Yeah, but we will see now. You know, the teams kind of swapping off here. We'll see if the side of the Junkyard Dawgs are able to keep up that aggression, or okay, rather, we'll see if the Chimps are able to keep up that aggression on defense as well as they did on offense. Again, notoriously, I think a lot of teams are a lot stronger on attack versus defense on Kings Row, in particular. People just like playing attack more. But we will see what happens here. Fruitles on the Widow. We'll see if he can make some Fruitles things happen. But I think a big statement from that last round was for the Chimps at least, is they were just able to have that insane momentum through point 1 and 2. And I think if they're able to just kind of hold the Junkyard Dawgs to just a little bit more slower of that push, if they're able to get more of these contests during that second point capture, we could definitely see a win condition set here for the Chimps. Can maybe hold a lot of time out from the side of the Junkyard Dawgs, but it's all theoretical so far. We'll have to see what happens as this match.
Fruitles having to swap off that Widow right away as they're unable to really see any picks, as the C4 Chimps are aware of it. Double wall, standing on top of each other. That way the floating wall, they're able to... Alright, both teams are charging it aggressive here. Fruitles is able to pick off Thick Boy. Skycer is able to pick off his counterpart of Roar. We see a strong wall able to pick off, separate the 2 teams. Sonicron is able to pick off Silent Storm, and Fruitles is able to get EJ. Meaning that the Junkyard Dawgs are able to sort of get the entire point, as they're unable, as the C4 Chimps are unable to contest, but they are able
to
hold on.
Potentially a misplay there. I think the Chimps could have definitely opted for a recontest there, as EJ now finds Fruitles, but
really big.
Perhaps opting to be able to hold up close here again, really just set up for the 2nd point. Okay with giving up that first capture, but
Akua's lamp is invested early and already broken down. That's could be really big, as I believe EJ still has his.
We will see, though, a big person to watch right now is EJ has this window. We'll be able to see if there's able to make anything happen, as Wall now forced up by Roar. They aren't expecting a window to be up, and there it is. But the shatter
with the
from GMD finds 4.
Finds 4. Akua's picks off by... Akua gets picked off. Silent Storm also dropping to Skycer. Pulse Bomb is invested, but unfortunately does not get anybody. Fruitles is walled off and picked off late. That's a really big stagger, making sure that Fruitles is not able to really help his team early on.
Yeah, and I mean, really big window again from EJ to start it, but really big by, sorry, still going.
The fight does not end. With both Mayalts invested, a big beat invested on there. The shatter, charge, another beat. Window invested as well. So many ults coming out. Roar's wall is unfortunately unable to cut out Poke. And it
fast re-engage.
Not ending. Very fast re-engage. Fruitles picks off EJ's lamp. The wall is able to almost completely and totally negate the high noon of Thick Boy. Both teams are still in the fight. Lamp and Window invested on different sides. Thick Boy is able to pick off Silent Storm, and Roar is picked off by Poke, able to just really get those final picks and force the Junkyard Dogs back.
Yeah, and both teams being very aggressive, and I'm happy to see from the Chimps. Sonic, his speeds have been so well, and you can tell that him and Poke have played together for so long. They're really playing off each other so well here, getting those engages, finding those picks, and
Lamp
really forcing a lot of really awkward walls here out of Roar to just try to keep his team alive, as Silent Storm and Akua and Flip Flop definitely feeling a lot of this pressure from this Reinhardt and Lucio duo.
both well invested.
Oh, what a slam!
Scattered Poke. Unfortunately, he's unable to really capitalize on Silent Storm. Goes back into his team, but they're able to pick off Silent Storm.
Yeah, and that's shatter for shatter. You're liking that. The window comes out from Akua just to kind of stop this aggression, keep the rest of the team alive as they wait for Silent Storm to make his way back.
Silent Storm is back. Unfortunately, Fire Strike is unable to get through the window in time.
Oh.
Pick off by a really big charge from Pope. Thick Boy's able to push forward and get Silent Storm. And it appears that Flip Flop and Akua drop as Akua's unable to get back into spawn.
This is the lamp from Fruitals. Or Force from Fruitals.
And Fruitals does get dropped though.
Yeah, and if you're the again the Chimps now won that fight, no ults committed, just a big hero pin by Poke there, and the rest of the team is just there with the damage to just find those ending picks. The Junkyard Dogs now we see opting to try to get this high ground and set up angles for Roar and Akua. Oh, never mind, maybe going back. They decide against it. Oh, Thick Boy finds Flip Flop with a huge headshot.
Real big headshot there. And there is the Mei ult able to freeze off a couple. Luckily, Roar's able to wall off most of it, but unfortunately the wall is broken and his team is just crushed.
The Chimps are looking dominant on this map right now. They know how they want to play it. Their engages are incredible. They're winning with minimal ults. I think this is a really tough position for the Junkyard Dogs to be on as you're coming into, you know, you're essentially in your last 2-fight territory. Only a minute left, and you're facing almost the entire strip still of this map.
Mei ult invested. There is a both Shatter, Pulse, and Beat invest and is unable to be completely countered by that Beat as the entire team of the C4 Chimps is wiped out. Sonic Chronic's Beat is unable to really stabilize them, unfortunately, but they still do have 3 ults coming into this next fight.
Yeah, now you're definitely in this last ult territory, right? You can see the Junkyard Dogs trying to play up, trying to hold this space, and need to get this card here. You're facing down a Shatter of Poke. This is going to be the hero Shatter of Poke here.
Both windows investing in the same exact place. Flip Flop's Beat is able to push forward with that, hopefully. Both are past their window. Unfortunately, Silent Storm gets shattered, but luckily Roar is able to jump in front of him and Ice Block to prevent a little bit more damage. But Silent Storm, Roar, and Akua all do drop. Flip Flop dropping as well. It appears that it'll be down to Fruitals to touch, as he's unfortunately unable to.
Yeah, and that's
victory.
Map win for the Chimps. Just looking absolutely dominant on this map. So as we head now into a quick map break, we'll see what the Junkyard Dogs really decide to come back with to probably not a brawl map after seeing the performance here from the Chimps, but we shall see. With that, I'm sending you guys to a map break. We'll see you in a little bit.
Royale indeed.
All right, we're going to Circuit Royale. Is the map pick of the Junkyard Dawgs, known for its long angles, Sigma gaming. However, we will see Fruitles on tank instead of his signature Widow. So we'll see how this matchup ends up going. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think they played Circuit last week too. Did they not? I don't remember. But yeah, this is definitely one of those maps where you can either see the entire map not go past the first, 20 meters, or it ends up going all the way to the end and we have to, sit here for a little while. But that's all right. That's what we're here for. What do you think, Drew? What do you want to see from these teams coming in?
Well, this map is really known for heavy poke reliance. So, seeing both teams on Sigma and Widow is exactly what I expect. It's sort of, I want to see both teams sort of have the poke tool and see which side is able to pull out dominant on this after seeing such a dominant display of Brawl tech.
So we do see the main difference here is we see a Zenyatta and an Ashe instead of a Mercy and a Sojourn. So Junkyard Dawgs opting to really power up a Kua here, as Aurora is in fact the one who finds the first pick on the Thick Boy.
Aku was able to pick off his DPS counterpart, not wanting to be shown up by Roar. Flip-flop able to pick off Sonic Chronic.
So yeah, the Mercy pocket seems to be working out pretty well right now for the Junkyard Dawgs. Of course, Herbology well known for that character, and Akua well known for being a good DPS player. So it's working out. As we say that, Akua finds another quick pick onto EJ.
That really forces the C4 Chimps back without their main source of heals.
Yeah, so Fruito's doing a really good job, able to just kind of hold this front corner. A lot of people like to hold the high ground, but I do think this front corner can sometimes be a lot more oppressive, especially since you have the Widow, you have the Sojourn. You don't have to be too worried about getting run over, as they still have that space regardless. As now we see Poke coming up, trying to take some of the space, trying to take some of this high ground, but they need to be careful that this card is still in motion, as
He was able to pick off Thick Boy. Window was invested. Schlorb is able to sort of make sure that window is not as useful as it should be. We have
big flux,
very big flux coming in. Poke is able to get flip-flop. Aku was able to pick off Sonic Chronic. Most of the first fluxes was sort of canceled out by flip-flop's lamp, but there was a second flux which I believe was canceled out there. Then Curb's able to res flip-flop, being able to get that extra healing in. Aku was able to pick off Skycer, and Thick Boy is dropped as well by Akua. Same with EJ. Aku was able to really show off his prowess of being such a good DPS player, especially with that Mercy pocket from Curb.
Yeah, and that was looking like a really good fight there for the Chimps, as now Poke's opting over to swap to the Monkey, something that he's a little bit, I think, more comfortable with. Trying to just catch out Akua or Roar on these dives, trying to, find anything really. It was looking really good. It was a really big flux, was able to find the Baptiste, but the res is just there. It's now facing a lot of pressure from Fruitles on this high ground.
First dive is in the best. Thick Boy is able to find Fruitles with that extra Discord Orb damage. He's able to really pick him off. Luckily, he's res. Akua doesn't pick off EJ. We have a trans invested. Akua was able to pick off Thick Boy even though the trans is invested. Akua was able to pick off Sonic Chronic after the trans ends as well. The Monkey has to try to jump out and escape. Guys are running away while invisible.
Yeah, and I think this is really just showing, like, of course Akua really good at the role and really solid support of the team right now. I think it's just the story of this map right now is honestly just the Mercy, right? There's so much damage.
Early pick onto Thick Boy.
Yeah, there's so much damage being boosted onto Akua right now, as well as the res is coming in so clutch in a lot of these fights, being able to bring back both Fruitles and Flip Flop after those respective picks by Poke. So, Chimps really need to make something happen here as they're in last fight.
Window was invested as well as Monkey Rage. Skies was able to pick off Flip Flop. Aku was able to pick off EJ. Both really big sources of healing. Poke is able to pick off Roar with his jump pack, and Fruitles is sort of left alone on cart, unable to really get out. Luckily, Fruitles is able to pick off Thick Boy before he goes though. Akua gets able to
Card
slide
still
out.
has a while to go though. This is definitely contestable by the side of the Junkyard Dogs if they decide to go for it. Slorb committed.
It appears that Akua is going in. Lamp is invested. Roar's able to pick off Sonic Chronic, able to eliminate the monkey's really big source of healing there. Gates are invested.
Ooh, don't C9!
A very almost near C9. No picks are really coming on either side. Roar's able to pick off EJ just as he gets back.
Sig 9.
A really big flux, almost able to Sig 9. Akuma's investing his ult, able to get another. Thick Boy is only able to get the lamp with his pulse bomb, and that will end the attacking side.
0-0. Switching sides.
Banini, thank you for the gifted subscription. To whom? To Vindy Man. We appreciate it. Sorry, I'm not. I can't see Twitch chat, so I'm sorry. It's been probably a while, but we do appreciate it.
It should be my job to read chat. I'm so sorry. I haven't been doing as well as I should be.
But yeah, so I think again, big story of that map there was again just I think the damage boost from the Mercy as well as the, you know, the Chimps couldn't really kill anyone. They couldn't really, you know, finish those fights. The time that they were really ahead was off of a big primal by Poke there. So Chimps need to really assess how they're going to tackle this defense, as now they have a very scary, you know, have to hold for quite some time, and really hope that
They appear to be going for the brawl comp here.
I like this.
They're all crouching. They're being sneaky. Oh, they trying to take shenaniganery.
Oh, we're in for a treat. It's train car hold 2, baby.
It's shenaniganery time. They all spread out.
They don't know.
They don't know. They're unaware. They
But no,
drop down
they all separate immediately, so they can't really find anything. Oh!
Logan's able to pick off Curb, and Skyster's able to pick off Akua. Flip Flop was able to get Thick Boy, however. Roar was able to pick off the early lamp invested by EJ.
Ooh, EJ in trouble.
Brutal's gets charged, and Roar is picked off.
I like this a lot. I'm a big fan of this by the Chimps right now. They show dominance on this brawl comp. They have the win condition set. They need to hold this cart for a long time in a really awkward corner. I'm here for it.
Their Hanzo is sort of backed off. EJ's getting picked off by Akua. Flip Flop is able to get that final hit on Poke throughout the entire damage. Akua is able to hit a shot on Sonic Chronic, and Fruitles picks off Skyzer. With only the Hanzo remaining, Thick Boy gets staggered out last.
Yeah.
I believe they might get a singular touch, but it may be really.
It's contestable.
Really
It's still contestable. You're coming back with your whole team. You'll be able to drop all in once, but you're gonna. I'm looking at this Fruitles ult charge. Fruitles has his slam. You're not really seeing anything from the side of the Chimps here anytime soon. Maybe Poke will be able to build a quick shatter, but Fruitles on the ground. Fruitles gets picked early.
Fruitles get picked off. Roars is able to pick off Thick Boy, and Flip Flop's able to pick off EJ. Sonic Chronic coming in and picking off Flip Flop. It appears, and Poke is able to pick off Roar. It appears that they're getting really close to stabilization. Akua is able to slide out with Sojourn's slide, and Curb is able to fly to her Sojourn.
Now you will be down your Baptiste for a little bit here. If the Junkyard Dogs go real quick, they might be able to just get a quick win here. But the Bap is now back. As Poke in a little bit of trouble, needs to be careful. Meteor Strike committed. Oh,
Meteor Strike getting 3!
a Meteor Strike by Fruitals. Oh, and he punches the Blizzard.
Punches the Blizzard and
All right,
deletes.
you know, Chimps,
Oh
I'm sorry.
my.
Chimps, I'm sorry. You gotta go next. You gotta go. What a play by Fruitals. Absolutely insane. I hope that was captured,
Oh,
but
oh
we will see it here.
and
Let's
it
go.
doesn't even matter. We get to see it in 4K again.
Cancels the Rhine pin, gets 3, stops Blizzard. Oh
Stops
my
Blizzard.
goodness.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a fast map.
Oh no.
Definitely, probably a reason why the Junkyard Dogs chose that map. Now showing us why. As we head into another map break, it's currently 2-1 for the Junkyard Dogs, and it will be the C4 Chimps taking us to a control map. Again, don't touch that Twitch interface thing.
Don't touch anything.
I'm running down the bit. Meow.
Meow.
Welcome back. We're heading into Colosseo. No swaps from either team, so it looks like we will be having once again a Mercy Pocket would be my guess. Very strong character right now, for the record.
Nakua.
Though Colosseo, much more fancy and kind of a brawl look, maybe an Orisa, Ramattra, or Rhine versus kind of a Sigma poke type of thing we were seeing earlier. So, I think definitely a lot more comfort area for poke and their team as a whole. But we'll see what the Junkyard Dogs are gonna cook up here for us. As we will see kind of that Pocket Sojourn Aurora on the Junkrat, always a treat, as well as Fruitals on Diva. And again, traditional brawl still, as expected from the side of the Chimps. So It's gonna be kind of a up to, you know, the really Sonic here calling these engages, trying to get on top of the backline, really stay in this kind of meatball, you know, giant girth machine over the rest of the Junkyard Dogs, and it's gonna be kind of up to Fruitles to try to really absorb that pressure and see what it can make happen as we head into this first fight.
Aku was able to pick off Thick Boy pretty early.
Oh, the Baptiste caught out.
Baptiste is caught out. Sonicroc is able to pick off Roar. Fruit was able to get EJ, however. Luckily, Curb and their reses are able to just make sure that any picks that they get is just making sure that they aren't really that effective.
Yeah, really good job by Fruitles there. Got onto EJ. The rest of the team wasn't there. EJ playing a little bit, almost too far back, I'd say. It just falls so early to the team, and it's real tough to fight when you're down your flex support there. Now we head into another kind of brawlish around point. But we do see Akua now up here on this high ground with the Mercy Pocket. It's gonna take so much to try to get him off of there, since you know they're running this Rhine comp. They're not gonna be able to get up there and really contest him all that much.
Aku was able to pick off Thick Boy. And gates are invested. Aku was able to pick off another. But Flip-Flop does die. Roar is able to pick off EJ. And it appears that Roar is able to get Skycer as well. Luckily, once again, Corb is able to res their pick. And is just able to keep the rest of the team up. As Poke falls last. Curb doing a little bit of pistols.
Yeah, so we do see Poke swapping over to the Zarya, not feeling like they're really able to do all that much on the Rhine here. But again, both support ults to then keep this momentum going. Really well done, really fast built by Kerbology and Flip-Flop. As Tire's coming in from Roar, hopefully trying to find something, as he will find Thick Boy. That's another big damage dealer now out for this fight, as this robot is not stopping.
Rot continues its ever.
Fruitles is demeched. I wonder if he's gonna try to go for a crunch. This seems like a Fruitles thing. Oh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so we'll try to get her back here. We can we might send to a quick break, or we can keep talking. We can just keep assessing what's going on.
Luckily, it was between fights, so pause was able to happen. Gerb has returned. They have no clue what the fuck happened, but glad it. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were supposed to swear. Sorry.
No freaking swearing, Drew. It's okay. Sorry to people in chat.
I'm sorry.
As we head into this fight, but we do see the bomb is committed here by Fruitles. We'll see if he finds.
Mail is invested. Unfortunately, they are down Curve in this fight, so they are really suffering from that down player. Thick Boy and Poke are able to take out the Diva, both the mech and the child.
Yeah, so definitely unfortunate, right? It always sucks to have to play into a disconnect, right? Because you're essentially just down into a 4v5, and that was right before the fight was going to start. But now they're facing a window here from EJ, and it's going to be really tough for the Junkyard Dogs to make something happen here, as they're facing a lot of pressure right now from the Chimps.
High Noon is able to sort of zone them off a little bit more. Roar's able to pick off EJ, however. High Noon is fired. The wall is destroyed by the robot, marching forward ceaselessly. Akua able to pick off Thick Boy, and it appears that the C4 Chimps are trying to get out as quickly as they can.
Yeah, and this is going to be really difficult because now this high ground's already contested. It's hard for them to run. They don't really have anywhere to go. Chimps are just kind of getting staggered out here because they can't run. Poor Skycer now forced to be in his zone there, as Roar is just able to quick two-tap him, and Fruitles, getting the kill credit there, but that's really unfortunate. That's just showing the real high mobility of that this Junkyard Dogs comp will have, as this bot has gotten a lot of progress, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be slowing down anytime soon. As they have the gate, they have the Sojourner ult, they have the tire, and just the beat, and you can only really block one of those 3 things I just called out. So,
And here comes the
tire's the
tire.
first thing committed. It's on that right side. It is spotted out by Poke. Oh, but it finds Sonic.
Unfortunately, Sonic Chronic is down, and Lamp dies to it too. Flip Flop is able to pick off 2, and Aurora is able to get EJ. Aurora's also able to pick off Poke, just completely wiping.
It's so tough. It's so tough. They find Sonic second, and Sonic is the one with that beat. So now that even though they have the beat, they weren't able to commit it. Now they're again facing down 4 more ults. Still, they only have the beat. You might have the graph to be able to make anything happen here, but this is a very tough position right now for the side of the Chimps.
Akuba's investing his ult. Gate is also invested. There is the beat. Sky's able to get up Roar with the melee.
There's the grab.
There
Finds
is the grab, able to find Fruitals, but Fruitals is able to use his bomb to remech, and everybody is just getting
Junkyard Dawgs.
Keyboard Chimps.
End up clutching the series. Well, not really clutching. End up winning the series 3-1 for the side of the Junkyard Dawgs. Really well fought by the Chimps. I think the both teams showing a lot of momentum when they were in the lead. They knew how to work with it. They knew how to, play around their ults, really take advantage of, a lot of chaos in a lot of these fights. But yeah, great match. Angel was saved of having the 5-map curse we were talking about, but great job. Angel has casted every 5, but the prod today only 4. So with that said, we gotta discuss MVPs, and honestly, I'm seeing a lot of potential match MVPs today. So Drew, what do you think? Who do you think was real deserving on the Junkyard Dawgs to earn this illustrious title?
I think that for the 2 maps that they won, mainly off of the back of Akua, with that Mercy pocket, able to really just pump in a crazy amount of damage, I think Akua might just take it from him. But I think that Fruitals was able to have quite a dominant performance on that D.Va character during that last map, able to contest high grounds and really just sort of make everything really, really hard on the side of the C4 Chimps, unable to really ever get out of a fight. So
You know what, Drew? I'm gonna take what you said and I'm gonna go against you. I also think Fruitals and Akua both had a real dominant performance, but honestly, I think there was some incredible support gaming from the side of the Junkyard Dawgs today, and I think a lot of this Coliseo and Circuit Royale. Honestly, I have to give it to Kerbology. If I were choosing, she was doing really well on the Mercy today. Was helping Akua really dominate on those maps that he was dominating on, and was allowing for Fruitals just take all the space since they had the reses, let him play aggressive, and I don't know. That would be my vote for today. So,
Curb is a really good pick. They were able to really just keep stabilizing in between those fights, making the Junkyard Dawgs able to just keep advancing. You're absolutely right.
And you know what? I love giving match MVPs to support players.
I as a support player, I have to agree. It's really hard to see the value with those support plays during the games, as they don't really show up in the kill feed all that often. So it's really good to see.
All right, get her in here.
Me?
Hi.
You.
Hi.
Good job.
Me?
Yeah. You were playing Mercy.
That's what I do. I do play Mercy.
Okay. Well, we have our little interview process, as you
Okay.
know. So, first off, why didn't you FF your league game?
Because we were winning.
Hey,
We
you
were
know what?
winning.
No losses
Fair.
today. You're 2-0 for the day. 2-0 for the day.
Yes,
All right.
this is true, and I'm gonna go back to playing League after this.
Oh, how
So
unfortunate.
That's
I
that's a
know
terrible decision.
it's an
Can we revoke your player of the match today now?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think so. It's a little too late for that now.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, now more on topic questions, right?
Mhm.
So we saw, uh, you know, Kings Row. We saw the Silent Storm tank Akua support line. I was really hyped for it. I think that's one of your guys's, um, a great comp for you. But you guys were just tearing it up on this Mercy Pocket, Frutal's tank that, quite frankly, I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting to see Frutal's Widowmaker on circuit instead of him on tank. So what's kind of, if you can share, unless it's like secrets, what was kind of that mentality you guys had going into, circuit and Coliseum, opting to instead, have Frutal's on kind of that hit scan instead of opting for him on the tank, Akua staying on that DPS, you guys just kind of working it out, having that kind of look. What are kind of the stories there, the thought processes?
Yeah, so Akua wanted to DPS. He was like, "Can I do the sojourn here?" And we were like, "You know what? Yeah, do it. I'll pocket him. We'll go in." Frutal's Doom is very good, as proven. So we trusted him on tank, and everything worked out.
Yeah, clearly it did work out. You guys were doing really well. Yeah, it just last two maps again, very very dominant showing.
Mhm.
So who's making a lot of these calls? Who's kind of being your in-game leader, deciding when you guys are gonna push, when you're gonna keep this momentum up? Because that was kind of I think a story of the series was just momentum. I think both teams today, when had the leads, they were taking a lot of advantage with that. Really, the alt rotations were incredible. Who was really helping set up those fights, saying, "Here's the things we're going to use. Here's here's who we're looking to pick." Who's kind of making those decisions for you guys?
Honestly, I'd say it's pretty equal because so many of our players are so good. Jamie is callouts are good. Rory is really high SR, and Randy as well. Everybody kind of just shouts at each other at the same time, and it just goes well. So mostly Rory though, I think.
Well, I think you guys definitely have a lot of people who like to thrive in chaos, and
Yes,
even then, it
absolutely.
sounds like with comms being chaos, that's just a buff for you guys.
Yeah, Jamie. At one point, I don't know if you guys are watching this. Jamie got to eight health on circuit, I think. And she goes, "Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead." And I go, "No, I got you." And I just kept her alive. Complete silence after she thought she was dead. But yeah, a lot of
But you
screaming
take
at each
those.
other. Yeah.
Only positive streaming though, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No negative Nancy's allowed.
No, no, we support each other.
All right. Well, Drew, would you like to do the honors here of asking
I,
El Clasico?
I think I shall. So, if it were not you, who would you choose to be the match MVP?
I gotta go with the predictable. I gotta go Fruitals. His Doomfist, absolutely powerful force, a force to be reckoned with. So he's always been really good on that Doom, and tonight, this match, he really showed it off.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. Well, thank you, Curvology, for joining us, and everyone in Twitch chat for being here. Special thanks again to Angel for doing this prod for us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for my co-caster today, killing it with the play-by-play Ninja Drew. I've been your color commentator, FlamboJambo, and we're gonna send you off because it's getting late. So good night, everybody. Be safe, and we'll see you with some more Overwatch actions, hopefully soon.
Bye
Good night,
bye.
everybody.